Well, good morning. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News Now, coming to you from our digital desk. We have some positive news to report. The two escaped inmates from and I want to make sure I get this right, they were being held at the Lorain Community-Based Correctional Facility in Elyria. We've been telling you about these two individuals for a couple of days now. They escaped on Wednesday. You are looking at Stephen Carpenter and Johnny Brooks. Both of them, we can confirm this morning, have been taken into custody. The U.S. Marshals office was involved, and so we're going to bring in now Brian Fitzgibbon with the U.S. Marshals office. Mr. Fitzgibbon, how are you today?
Great, Dan. Thanks for having us, and thanks for all the support in this investigation as well.
Yeah, this obviously, anytime you have convicts that are using bars or pieces of their bunk bed to pry open bars and escape, a little unnerving, especially there in the community of Elyria. You can help us report the positive news here. Both suspects taken into custody. Can you walk us through where they were found, how they were arrested, and we understand there might be a third individual now wrapped up in this investigation?
Sure, Dan. You know, the United States Marshal Service, we pride ourselves on our ability to track down fugitives, especially fugitives on the run. One of our specialists is going to be any escapees, any fugitives that escape from prison. So the United States Marshal Service, we're very well equipped to handle such investigations. And the two individuals we are grateful to report have been placed in custody this morning by members of our team, members of the Wadsworth Police Department, and this entire investigation was in conjunction with all the members of law enforcement from Lorain County Sheriff's Office to the Summit County Sheriff's Office, where ultimately our teams caught up with the two fugitives on the run. One was arrested at a hotel on the 2900 block of Arlington Road, which is listed as Akron, but it's technically Springfield Township. And the other was picked up by alert Wadsworth police officers, which we talked to police officers, let them know what was happening. They paid attention, and they saw Brooks walking on the street and picked him up.
Let's talk about this third individual. You have someone in custody. Walk us through that situation. What's going on there?
So we have a person right now that our investigators are talking to, and this person is possibly being held in connection with harboring fugitives for their role in facilitating the escape of the fugitives and helping them while they were on the run. We always remind people, if you get involved with someone who's on the run, you could be subject to prosecution as well. And that's what we're looking at. We take this stuff very serious.
Yeah, that's phenomenal work. Let's review. Do we know the time of day, Brooks and the Carpenter? When were they taken into custody? Like, what time was this, last night, this morning?
It was this morning. It was within the hour.
Oh, wow. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Was
Very
there...
recent. So a lot of this is very fresh, Dan. That's why I'm trying to get you as much information as possible, but it's still very much in the works.
We certainly appreciate that. Obviously, you said the alert Wadsworth police officer saw Carpenter walking around, picked him up. Brooks at the Red Roof Inn in Springfield Township. Are you able to share with us, was this, other than the individual who's walking around, that was great police work, when we talk about Brooks, was this a tip? Can you give us any information on what led you to that Red Roof Inn?
So you actually got it flip-flop. Carpenter was picked up at the hotel at 2900 block, and Brooks was picked up walking on the street with Wadsworth. And just digging what we do and information and tracking someone down. It's really what we do in the Marshal Service, and we got there. We don't give up until we find the person, and that's what we did here.
And it's phenomenal work. Let's talk about the charges. We know that Brooks was being held for possession of drugs. That's why he was in the Lorain Community-Based Correctional Center, and Carpenter was in for burglary. So we're not talking murderers that were on the loose, but still there might be desperation that comes to mind when you've got two individuals who've just broken out of a correctional facility. The minds in Elyria, people who were worried about this, you can put them at ease now. And what is it about the desperation when you have fugitives on the run?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, Dan. It really is. It's something that induces panic on the community. Whenever you have somebody that's desperate enough to break out from a facility, and they're going to be making very desperate decisions in order to fulfill their time on the run, right? That's putting the community at risk. And unfortunately for them, they're not just facing the time that they were in custody for. Now they're facing new escape charges, right? As well as anything else through the course of our investigation. If it looks like they broke the law in any other manner, prosecutors are gonna charge for this stuff. So yes, the community has a chance to rest at ease. We will also thank the folks that were calling in, putting in tips, and seeing what they could do about helping out. But anytime the community is faced with something like this, make sure you're locking up your doors, car doors. Don't leave keys inside your vehicles and whatnot. And that really makes it a lot easier for us to limit their options that they have while on the run, right?
Brian Fitzgibbon with the U.S. Marshals Office. We appreciate the time. Do we know, did these two, do we know what they were doing for 2 days? Were they laying low? Did they commit any other crimes that you know of at this point?
Not that we could talk about at this point, Dan, but I trust you trust me that we have a team from the United States Marshals to the police departments to the sheriff's office to the prosecutors. We're doing digging, and a lot of folks are asking questions, and some questions still need to be answered. So we're going to find out all that information.
Excellent. Want to congratulate the U.S. Marshals Office, the Wadsworth Police Department, all the law enforcement in Summit County that were involved in tracking down the two inmates and getting them back into custody. Mr. Fitzgibbon, thank you for the time today. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
All right, take care, sir. Just wanted to bring you this breaking news. As you heard, this has all been happening within the past hour. Wanted to put the minds in Elyria at ease and all of Summit County that the two suspects that had escaped, they used part of their bunk to apparently pry open some bars on a window and escape there in Elyria. They are now back in custody. Brooks was arrested in Wadsworth. That is Johnny Brooks. He was in Wadsworth. And Carpenter was arrested. Mr. Stephen A. Carpenter was arrested at the Red Roof Inn in Springfield. And now a woman is in custody for and being questioned about her role in harboring at least one of these fugitives and helping in their time on the run. Just a short 2 days on the run, and they are back in custody. If we have any other breaking news, we're going to bring it to you here on our digital properties. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News Now. Have a good afternoon.
19 News. First, fair, everywhere.